presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic. Once again, here's Jamie Hall.
Welcome back in. We're now joined by head coach Kerry Green. Coach, you've probably got the busiest week of the season in the first week of the season, playing Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, and the Thursday and the Saturday against some very good teams. We won't jump too far ahead. You got Cal Baptist on Saturday, but you've got a Duke team that's coming in here, 11th ranked in the country. They had a huge win, blowout win against Radford on Monday night. But before we jump to the Duke game, what was your assessment of how your team played against Valparaiso on Monday?
Well, I think obviously you look at the scoring. We not that that's always what you're going to make your assessment on, but we won 3 out of the 4 quarters and played very well in the fourth quarter, scored a lot of points and defended. We had 12 categories that we were assessing and analyzing, and out of those 12, I think we only accomplished 3 out of the 12, so there's still some room for improvement. Obviously, get a little better and consistent on the defensive end. We're going to need to do that today or tonight. We've got to transition and keep people in front of us. They're really good in transition, and if you turn the ball over, their transition is really quick to score points in the paint. But back to your question, I feel like we could have done better, rebounded and take care of the ball. We turned it over too many times. But first game of the season, we got a W in a very exciting environment, opening up with the Athletes in Actions tournament there at the inaugural John Wooden Family Field House, the branding, the signage. It just was wonderful, and it was a great opportunity for really both teams, Valpo and us as well, but also our men's team as well.
On Monday, the starters played extremely well. The second unit numbers weren't as good as you would like, but if you look at that group, you had a couple of newcomers and also 2 girls that aren't newcomers but haven't played in an awful long time because of injuries.
Yeah, and we were glad to get Brookmore in the game and Ping in the game, and we have a transfer portal girl in Anna Ardoza, and she does an excellent job. So she's learning, and but just great to get those girls back out there. And we got another one that's coming off an injury, and that's Emma Soltis, and from Iceland, but she's a freshman with a knee injury, and don't have the experience of these others, and but she's there battling for position, and a lot of new energy coming from some freshmen as well. Avery Mills, she's going to be exceptional. She's an exceptional ball player now. Just that you have a lot of experiences in front of her, and your move from high school to D1 is tough for everybody.
When you're playing a team that's high energy like this Duke squad that's going to try to turn you over, the first 3 possessions that Radford had on Monday night, they turned the ball over, so that's what you're going to get when you play Duke. And you've got a game on Saturday, so I know you want to use as much as the bench as possible, but the starters, you might have to rely on them a little bit more than you would want to because of just the caliber of this Duke squad.
Yeah, we're playing to win, and we think playing to win means we got to get some contributions from the bench, and we certainly need them to be consistent, and the entire team to be consistent. And yeah, it's a quick turnover, a lot of uncertainties, but we're playing to win. And if it takes the starters to play 40 minutes and we win by 1, I'll do it. But there's all that uncertainty, and I just feel like with their athleticism, we definitely have to get some positive contributions early and throughout the game from the bench. And the bench is where the majority is anyway, and the bench pushes the first stringers, and the bench is eventually going to be starters. So it's important to continue to develop your culture and your team.
We kind of alluded to some injuries that you're coming back from, but anything new to report on the Ortho Virginia injury list?
No, I really think that Anna Verdosa is going to help us more and more. And she turned her ankle during the summer, and it's still tender, and she's navigating through it. And we recently got an MRI about it because it's just continuing to nag her. And a lot of times you have turned ankles or even knee injuries. You have bone bruises, and we're navigating through limited minutes with her until in January when we get in conference play. So no other injuries really to speak of.
Sounds good. Wish you the best tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you.
That's head coach Kerry Green. We'll be back with the relevant law tip after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPros 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local buyer.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank and Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank and Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank and Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
This broadcast of Liberty Lady Flames basketball is authorized under rights granted by Liberty University to Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Liberty University Athletics. The announcers are selected by the Liberty Flames Sports Network and approved by Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. It's game time. Live radio play-by-play coverage of Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. Carter Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Now let's go courtside for the call of the game. Here's Jamie Hall.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back out to Liberty Arena, where the Lady Flames are getting ready to take on the Duke Blue Devils, the 11th ranked team in the country, and a great crowd starting to pile into the arena. I would say, just eyeballing it, we're getting close to about 1,500 folks already. Maybe with the ones on the concourse, when they get in their seats, we might be about half full, 2,000. Expecting a good atmosphere. See a few Duke Blue Devils shirts. Easy for me to say. But a lot of red. As we're getting ready to have the starting lineups announced. And these two teams will do battle just after the top of the hour. The starters for Duke look like this, and their head coach, Kara Lawson. They'll start Ashlyn Jackson. Jackson is a 6-foot-tall junior from China, Texas. She averaged a little over 9 points a game a season ago. Really, they only have one, as do the Flames, one game to kind of go off as far as stats are concerned this year. Jaden Donovan wears number 4, a 6-foot-tall sophomore from Upper Marlboro, Maryland. She averaged 6.5 points and just under 6 rebounds a game last year. Taina Mayer wears 22. She's a 5'9" sophomore from Boston, Massachusetts, transferred from Boston College. Leads the team in assists for a game. Last season averaged just under 10 points and just under 4 rebounds a contest. Reagan Richardson wears number 24. She's a 5'11" senior from Charlotte, North Carolina. Richardson transferred in from Georgia. She averaged 12.5 points, 2.5 rebounds last year. And then finally, Delaney Thomas, 6'3", sophomore from Charlestown, West Virginia. 5 points and 3.5 boards a game last year for the Blue Devils. Lady Flames will have Jordan Hodges running the point. 5'6" senior from Richmond, Virginia. One of the Flames' leaders in that game against Valparaiso. We'll give you some numbers from that game here in just a moment. But easy to figure, her season average is 18 points. That's what she had in that game. Also had 8 assists to go along with that. Starting alongside her in the backcourt is Asia Boone, number 12, 5'8", sophomore from San Diego, California. 9 points in the season opener. Emma Hess at the 3, wears 23, 6-foot-tall senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, was playing just across the street, quite literally, from her high school, Legacy Christian Academy, when they played Valpo in Xenia, Ohio. She had 20 points, 6 boards, and 5 assists in the game, including 6 3-pointers. Elizabeth Aiestadish will start at the 4. She wears number 21, a 6'2" sophomore from Iceland. Team high and a career high 12 rebounds for her to go with 5 points and 5 assists against Valpo. And then finally Bella Smuda down low, number 31, 6'6" redshirt senior from Exton, Pennsylvania. She opened up with 12 points and 6 rebounds in the game against Valparaiso. Our Alcova Mortgage keys to the game. The Flames have to hold on to the basketball. Can't afford to turn it over. That's something that plagued Radford in that opening game of the season when they lost to Duke 89-36 on Monday night. As I was saying, a good crowd developing here in Liberty Arena. Flames band to my right. Behind that basket, Flames cheerleaders and dance team down to the left. Liberty's bench is an angle to the left, and Duke a little bit more straight across from me where I sit. On the opposite side of the scorer's table. Flames in the red uniforms, baby blue numbers. Duke in the white uniforms and dark blue numbers, and they win the opening tip. We are underway. Duke with the basketball. Pull-up jumper on the far wing for three is good by Ashlyn Jackson. 36% three-point shooter a year ago, and we see pressure by Duke right out the gate. Flames with the basketball. They will go from left to right in the first half. Asia Boone on the far wing, dribbles around a screen, comes to the top of the arc, and has Richardson on her. Now to Aya Stadish to Smuda in the high post. With 7 seconds to shoot, hands off to Hess. Hess dribbles around a double team, lobs near side corner to Boone. Boone's three-pointer is off the mark. Fight for the rebound, and the Flames get it back. Boone going to try another three. Too strong. The rebound tipped outside to Mayer, and Mayer has it for the Blue Devils. She'll run it up court to Richardson. Richardson back out to Mayer. Mayer spelled M-A-I-R. Over to Jackson, and now Jackson at the top of the arc. And so Thomas right back to Jackson. Jackson with 7 seconds to shoot, attacks the basket, and lays it in over the outstretched arm of Bella Smuda. Flames find themselves down 5-0 in the early going. Asia Boone will bring it across half court as she's harassed by Richardson. Behind the back dribble, and she's fouled. Richardson picks up the personal. And we'll see if Kara Lawson sticks to her normal policy of bringing a player out as soon as they pick up a foul, and she will indeed do that. Uluchi Okanawa will check into the game for Duke. Flames get the ball to Smuda, and Smuda is fouled as she tried to go baseline by Delaney Thomas. And Coach Lawson looking down the bench again, and will bring Thomas out. Toby Fournier will come in. Flames having a little trouble inbounding. Now they do to Hess. Hess's baseline jumper rattles in. Flames get their first 2 points of the game and cut the Duke lead down to 3. Blue Devils back on offense to our left. Driving in the corner is Donovan. Fades to the near side, missed the shot. The rebound is tipped and eventually controlled by the Blue Devils. It gets out to Mayer, and Mayer takes a 14-foot jumper and hits it. Flames giving up an offensive rebound, and it turns into 2 points for Duke. Aya Stadish on the near side for Liberty. Up top to Smuda. Smuda over on the far wing to Hess. Hess peels off of a screen, takes it into the paint, pulls up from 15. Bingo. Emma Hess continuing her hot hand from Monday night. Duke's going to try to run the floor, though. They get it down court very quickly to Fournier, and she is able to lay it in. After the Flames had cut it to 7-4. It's now 9-4, and a steal by the Blue Devils. Jackson's going to try to knock down a three, but misses it pretty bad to the right, and Liberty is able to get bailed out from that turnover. They get the ball back. Smoot up top. Looking for something, now takes a couple of dribbles herself. Baseline fader is off the mark and pulled in by Duke. Blue Devils run it up court to Donovan, and Donovan missed the lay-in. However, an offensive board, and then a foul. Okanawa was the player that was able to get the offensive board and drew the contact on her putback. She'll shoot 2 free throws. Let's see who that foul was against for the Flames. Asia Boone. She picks up her first personal. The crowd comes alive. The first free throw is off the mark. Okanawa was a 76% free throw shooter a year ago. Makes the second, and the Blue Devils lead 10-4. Flames break the pressure down court to a wide open Emma Hess for 3, but missed it long. Rebound Duke. Okanawa with Hodges on her, skips it far side to Mayer. Mayer will then bounce it on the interior to Fournier. Fournier's shot is off the mark. Hess goes up for the rebound but has it stripped away from her by Okanawa. She'll tip it underneath to Donovan, and Donovan is able to get the reverse lay-in to fall through. Flames trailing 12-4, just about 4 minutes into the game. Aya Stadish with the ball for the Lady Flames. Bounces it on the far side to Hess. Now up top to Boone. Boone for three, off to the right. And after a hot start at Valparaiso, the Flames outside shooting not quite as good in this game. Of course, it's hard to shoot 65% from the field. You don't expect that's going to happen too many times. So far today, the Flames are 0 of 4 from outside the arc. See a couple of substitutions for Liberty. Emily Howard will come into the game. Also Avery Mills. Smuda and Boone will come out. That foul against Liberty was on Hodges, her first. Another substitute for Duke, Vanessa De Jesus. As I say that, a traveling violation whistled against the Blue Devils. The Flames will get the ball back. Trailing by 8, largest lead of the game for Duke, or for either team. Flames having trouble on the inbound, and it's stolen away. Easy 2 points for the Blue Devils. And then the Flames throw the ball away again. Full court pressure has been trouble for Liberty in this game so far. It was trouble for Radford when they played Duke on Monday night. Back-to-back turnovers, 3 total for the game, a 7-0 run for Duke, and they currently lead 14-4. Inbound pass to Jackson. Jackson's three-pointer is good, make it a 10-0 run. (17-4). Duke with the lead. Mills with the basketball, now to Hess. Hess fakes the three and takes a couple of dribbles, now hooks a pass inside to Howard. Howard near side to Avery Mills, who rises up and nails a three-pointer, and the LCA contingent in the building are on their feet. The state champion from just across the street gets her first points, but then Duke is able to get back up court quickly, and an easy layup by Donovan silences the crowd. So Liberty had ended a 10-0 Duke run by making the score at that moment 17-7. Duke has added 2 since. They lead 19-7, and we've got a timeout taken by Coach Kerry Green with 4:52 to go in the first quarter here at Liberty Arena. We'll take a break as well and be back after this timeout here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West
First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today.
And flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
It's been all Duke in the early going. They lead 19-7 over Liberty about halfway through this first quarter of play. Blue Devils shooting 67% from the field. Flames 38%. Duke 2 of 3 from 3. Liberty is 1 of 5. Turnovers, 3 of those for Liberty, 1 for Duke. And rebounding is a 7-2 advantage for the Blue Devils. And that's probably as much as any reason why Coach Green called the timeout. There was those back-to-back turnovers that I'm sure caught his ear, but also our ire. Said that very Southern. It comes out every once in a while. Grew up in the hills of Southwest Virginia. Went to high school in Tennessee, and every once in a while, a little bit of that Appalachian mountain chain comes out. Anyway, what was I saying? Flames come out of the timeout, and they're going to see some more pressure from Duke. Liberty inbounds to Ayestadish. Back to Mills. Jordan Hodges is checked back in for Liberty. She has the ball across half court. Liberty in the red uniforms, and Duke actually as the visiting team wearing white. 15 seconds to shoot as Hodges dribbles to the near side. She's being harassed by Okanawa. She'll drive to the hoop, goes high off the glass and banks it in. Jordan Hodges takes matters into her own hands and scores to cut the lead back to 10. Duke back on offensive transition. Get it inside to Wood, but has her shot swatted away by Emily Howard, and the Flames come away with the basketball. Down court to Mills. Avery bounces it to Hodges, now to Howard. Far wing to Hess. Hess has her packet picked by DeJesus. DeJesus up court to Jackson. Jackson thought about pulling from NBA range. Instead, we'll give it back outside. Let's not even say NBA range. That would have been Seth Curry range. NBA range isn't that much further back than the college line anymore. 10 seconds to shoot for Donovan. Donovan pulls from about 15, missed the shot. Offensive rebound by Okanawa, and she is fouled by Howard. Howard protests, but they say she caught her on the elbow. The crowd did not agree. 3:33 to go in the first quarter, and a couple of free throws for the Duke Blue Devils. Coming into today's game, our Foster Fuels Who's Hot was Emma Hess. And Emma will get her first rest of the game as she heads to the bench. And we see Ana Bedoza for the first time on the Liberty floor. She played in the game against Valparaiso. The transfer from Franklin Pierce, redshirt senior. Brooke Moore has also come into the game. Jordan Hodges has come back out of the game after she picked up her second personal foul. So Bedoza will run the point. Liberty gets through a little bit of pressure on the inbounds and now have a chance to set up their offense. Bedoza dribbles to the near side, comes up top to Moore. Moore's left wide open for three, off to the right, and the rebound to DeJesus of Duke. Skip pass across on the near wing to Jackson. Jackson takes it strong to the basket but missed the shot, and Howard is able to secure the board. 21-9, Duke with the lead. 3 minutes to go first quarter. Flames have trailed by as many as 12. That's where we're at the moment. Now a steal taken away by Jackson. Jackson will get it down court to Wood, and Wood banks it in. 23-9 Blue Devils. This is now their largest lead of the game so far. The 11th ranked team in the country, and they're showing why. They really put pressure on you. Brooke Moore up top to Pien Steenbergen. Steenbergen will take a three and bang it home. Good to see Peen back out on the court. She missed all of last season with a knee injury. And Brooke Moore as well. She missed half of last season. She had a leg injury. Saw her go out in the game against FIU in January and not play again. That was back at the beginning of this calendar year. Duke back on the attack as they go down on the low block, and a nice bit of footwork by Wood. Wood scores, and the Blue Devils lead 25-12. Bedoza with the ball for Liberty. Up top to Moore. Now to Howard on the low block. She has it poked away from her, and Duke comes out of the pack with the basketball. Flames with another turnover. Down to DeJesus. She's open for three, but short, and the rebound will go all the way to the corner and tracked down by Jackson. Good hustle by Ashlyn Jackson. Pass on the low block, and a foul called against Liberty. That will be the fourth team foul against the Flames, not a shooting foul. Duke will inbound on the baseline. The call goes against Steenbergen. Bella Smuda and Asia Boone will check back into the game. Moore, Steenbergen, and Bedoza will stay on the court. Inbound pass to Fournier. Fournier from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Got a lot of Canadians here in this game tonight. We'll tell you about it here in just a second. Fournier goes down low but missed the shot, and the Flames get the rebound. Approaching a minute to go in the first quarter. Moore at the top of the arc. Pulls the ball outside to Bedoza. Bedoza angles toward the far side of the court. Now kicks to Steenbergen. Steenbergen, 15-foot jumper. Good. Peen with 5 points. And the Flames offense starting to cook a little bit. The problem has been not getting shots because of the turnovers and not getting very many second chance opportunities at all. Duke with the ball. They're going to try to dump it underneath. Smuda was there to knock it loose. It eventually goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Duke. 14 seconds to shoot. 28.6 to go in the first quarter. Inbounding will be Mayer. She throws it all the way up top to Jackson. Jackson now on the near side to Mayer. In the middle to Wood, and Wood's jumper bangs home. Flames can hold for the final shot of this first quarter if they choose to do so. Both teams shooting 50% or better. Bedoza going to drive, get off to Smuda. She lost the handle, still got the shot to the rim and drew a foul. Couple of free throws for Bella Smuda. Well-run play. Bella just didn't have a good handle on it. Still was able to gather it in enough to get it tucked to the basket and drew some contact. First free throw is in and out though. Food Lion brings us our Food Lion Feeds Score to Give More campaign. For every free throw the Lady Flames make this season, 100 meals to local area food banks. That's 100 as Bella hits the second. Duke with the basketball, 4 seconds to go. DeJesus, the length of the court, and dumps it underneath to Fournier, who is fouled with 1.4. Doesn't take a lot of time for Duke to get the length. And Steenbergen picks up her second personal foul. Liberty cut the lead down to 12, and now a chance for Duke to extend it. They've led by as many as 14. First free throw is good by Fournier. 6'2" freshman from Toronto. Flames have Emily Howard, who's from Vancouver, and Ife Nuwabi from Calgary. After the second free throw is good, Flames not going to get a shot off before time expires on this first quarter of play, and we go to the break. With Liberty trailing 29-15, this matches the largest lead of the game. For the Duke Blue Devils, the 11th ranked team in the country. We'll take a timeout as the teams huddle up and be back with the second quarter of play after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Live play-by-play coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner continues on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now it's time for a Carter Bank & Trust game at a glance.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Lady Flames trailing Duke as we head to the second quarter. 29-15 is the score. Not the best of first quarters for Liberty. They did shoot the ball well. 50%, 6 of 12. Duke shot even better, though, 11 of 20 for 55%. And the Blue Devils were 2 of 4 from 3. The Flames 2 of 7 from outside the arc. Duke was able to do a little more at the free throw line, 5 of 6. Liberty 1 of 2. But the Flames with 6 turnovers compared to only 1 for Duke. And 9 points off of those 6 turnovers for the Blue Devils. Rebounding was also in Duke's favor, 10-5. A bright spot for the Flames. Avery Mills got her first points as a Liberty player, Liberty University player. She played at Liberty Christian Academy, won the state championship with Heather Stevens, former Flames assistant coach. Now, well, at that time was the head coach of LCA. But Avery hit a three-pointer to get herself in the scorebook. Peen Steenbergen leads Liberty with 5 points in the game, but she also has picked up a couple of personal fouls, as has Jordan Hodges. So Hodges and Steenbergen with 2 fouls. No one on Duke with more than 1. Elizabeth Ayestadish will check back into the game and inbound the ball. Matter of fact, the entire starting lineup is back out on the court for Liberty. Hodges playing with those 2 personal fouls. Dribbles at the top of the arc. Picks up her dribble. And gives on the near wing to Hess. Flames attacking the goal to our right. Hess to Hodges. Hodges jabs and then bounces it to Smuda. Smuda at the free throw line will try to dip herself into the paint. Her shot's too strong, though. Ayestadish gets the offensive rebound, and the Flames reset right back into Smuda. Smuda to Ayestadish. Drives. Missed. Got her own rebound and sticks it in. Flames, after not getting much on the way of offensive rebounding in the game. Matter of fact, those were their first 2. And it led to a couple of points. Flames cut the lead to 12. 29-17, and we've got a heavy collision in the paint. Emma Hess took a cross body block. She drew the charge off the ball, but then landed into the feet of Bella Smuda, but everybody looks to be okay. And Liberty will get the ball back, trailing by a dozen. Foul was against Ukanawa. Flames go back door. Nice feed from Ayestadish on the bounce to Boone, and Boone scores. Beautiful offense by the Lady Flames. They cut the lead down to 10, 29-19, and a traveling violation against the Blue Devils. We'll get it back for Liberty. Flames have scored the first 4 points of this second quarter. Duke used a 10-0 run in the first quarter to extend their lead, and then they added on to it all the way until the end of the period, leading by 14. Boone, baseline, pulls up from 15 and rattles it home. Flames offense starting to click, and they're also getting some stops on the defensive end. 6 straight points for the Flames. They've gotten it down to 8. On the far side, Reagan Richardson lost it, but it trickled right to Donovan. Donovan outside to Thomas. Thomas rose up as if she was going to shoot, decided otherwise, and came down with the basketball. Couple of turnovers for the Blue Devils. They now have 4 in the game. A couple straight turnovers, I should say. And Liberty with a chance to further cut into what is now an 8-point Duke advantage. Hodges to Hess, up top to Smuda. A couple of dribbles to the far side, picks it up. And now to Ayestadish at the top of the arc. Elizabeth is tangled up a little bit. She's going to be called for steps. Flames turn it back over now for the 7th time. Duke with a basketball. Mayer will dribble off of a screen, pull up from the elbow, and clangs off the back of the rim. Flames Ayestadish gets the rebound. Elizabeth, one of 2 players on this team from Iceland. A lot of international flavor. As we get a foul called against Duke. Emma Cable picks up the personal foul. It's spelled Koabel, but pronounced like Xfinity. Far side to Hess. Hess now to Boone. Boone for 3. Got it. Asia Boone. Quick release tray, and the Flames have cut it down to a 29-24 game with 7:15 to go in the second quarter. And that has brought this Liberty Arena crowd into the game for the first time. Donovan on the near side to Mayer. Mayer now to Cable. Her 3-pointer was blocked. Hess got a piece of it. The Flames get the basketball. Hodges across half court. Hands to Hess. Hess double team for a moment. Gives it back to Hodges. Hodges bullet pass to Ayestadish. And a traveling violation is going to be called against Liberty on Elizabeth. Guess she shuffled her feet down low. I didn't see it from this angle, but no protest from Coach Kerry Green, so I'm going to assume that that was the correct call. Flames down by 5 on defense as the crowd implores just that. Ball is deflected away, but it's picked up by the Blue Devils. However, a 3-pointer is an air ball and another offensive board, this time by Jackson, and she's fouled. Flames so close to getting a stop a couple of times on that possession. Almost got a steal. Almost got a defensive rebound, but instead, Ashlyn Jackson, a 78% free throw shooter, will go to the line. However, misses the first. But makes the second. 1 of 2. Makes it now a 6-point lead, 30-24 for the Blue Devils. Flames pressured in the backcourt. Get it across to Hess. Open for 3 near wing. In and out. Rebound Ayestadish. Her putback is no good. And Duke gets the rebound. They've actually got a 5-on-4 back the other way, but an offensive foul is going to give it right back to the Lady Flames as Delaney Thomas put a forearm into Asia Boone. Liberty with the basketball. No major foul trouble, but that was Thomas's second personal foul for the Blue Devils. The Flames, Steenbergen and Hodges each have 2. Hodges playing with those 2 fouls. Flames break the pressure again, get it inside to Smuda. Smuda resettles and lays it in. Liberty 2 possessions in a row, were able to break through the pressure to get an easy 3. They didn't make that, but this time an easy 2. And we've got a 4-point game. After trailing by as many as 14. Duke with the basketball. Jackson bounces it underneath, and an easy lay-in for Fournier. Flames overplayed the trap up top and a couple of nice passes. Gets Duke back up by 6. Hodges, nice move to Ayestadish, fakes the 3, drives to the basket, scoops to the hoop, but missed. However, Smuda got the offensive rebound. It's knocked away from her, and the Flames will hold on to possession. Smuda, Hodges, Ayestadish, Boone, and Hess, the starters on the court. As Hess will inbound up top to Boone. Now to Hess, and Hess works her way into the paint, spins, fades, hits. Wow! Kobe Bryant with red hair. Emma Hess with a move you'll see on the highlight reel. And the Flames cut the lead down to 4. Under 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. The crowd back into the game again. Jackson to Richardson, back over to Jackson. Her 3-pointer clangs off the rim. The rebound goes back to the rim and is eventually pulled in by Smuda. Up to Hodges. Hodges crosses it over, comes off of a screen, pulls for 3. Off the mark though. However, Ayestadish gets the offensive glass. She missed, and Fournier pulls in the board for Duke. Near steal in the backcourt, but the Blue Devils do get it down where it's deflected and out of bounds off of a Lady Flame. Liberty's cut this down to a 4-point game. They had a 3-point shot that could have got it to 1. They'll have to play some defense after this timeout with 4:15 to go in the second quarter. Duke 32, Liberty 28 here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make score big.
When it was time for my family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
Be at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg for Lady Flames basketball.
Steenbergen again for 3. Got it.
This Saturday, Liberty battles Cal Baptist at 7 p.m. It's Military Appreciation Night with discounted tickets for service members and veterans. Also, free military patches for the first 150 fans. Don't miss Lady Flames basketball at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg.
Smuda scoops to the hoop and scores.
This Saturday at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at LUWbasketball.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
32-28. Liberty trailing Duke, but they had been down by as many as 14 here in Liberty Arena, and a great crowd on hand. Curious to see what the attendance numbers will be, but across from me, basically behind the benches, there aren't very many empty seats. In the corners, a handful in the corners, but the 5 sections directly behind the team's benches and the scores table, maybe 50, 60 empty seats total from one end to the other. And then the student section to my left, behind the Flames cheerleaders and dance team. It's pretty packed too. Not quite as full behind the band, but still, I'd say half full. And then behind me, about the same. This is, I'm going to say, at least 3/4 full. This may be a 3,000 person attendance. We'll see. Somewhere in that range, I'm going to guess. 2,500 to 3,200. We'll say the over-under is 2,750. Still some people might be filing in. Duke with the basketball on the inbound. Quick pull-up jumper on the right off the pass by Richardson. She hits. Pushes the Duke lead out to 6. So that'll silence the energetic crowd after the timeout. Liberty with the basketball. Starters are on the court minus Bella Smuda. Emily Howard back in the game. Boone's going to drive on the near side, and she's bumped. Couple of free throws ahead for Asia Boone. She's got 7 points in the game so far, 3 of 6 shooting from the field. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. Emma Hess has 6 points as well. Peen Steenbergen off the bench with 5. Boone's first free throw is good. Trying to get it back to a 4-point game, and she does. With 3:53 to go in the first half. Play quarters in women's basketball. Men's college basketball, the only form of basketball that I'm aware of that still does not play quarters. DeJesus to Donovan. Gives off on the near side to Richardson. She's fouled by Howard. It's only the second Liberty team foul, so they still have a couple fouls to give. Duke does not have any more fouls to give. With 3:37 to go in the second quarter. Inbound pass comes to DeJesus, guarded by Hodges, who has 2 fouls. Now on the far wing to Jackson. Jackson dribbles in front of the Liberty bench, tries to find a little space, lobs it to no one in particular. Kind of dissected 2 of her teammates. The ball goes into the Flames cheerleading squad. Liberty will get it back, trailing by 4. They had one other possession here in the second quarter, down by 4 with the basketball. Couldn't get it any closer. This is the closest it's been since the early going. Hodges up top, almost had it poked loose, got it back. Now kicks it across to Boone. Boone with 15 seconds to shoot, bounces it into Howard. Howard goes against Fournier, fades, missed, but Aya Stodish with the offensive rebound. She'll reset to Hess for 3. Boom! Emma Hess from deep, and the Flames have cut this down to a 1-point game. The crowd is on their feet, many of them. 2:43 left to go, second quarter. DeJesus with the ball for the Blue Devils. Almost lost the handle. Bounces it down low to Donovan. She'll kick it up to Jackson. Jackson with Boone on her. 9 seconds to shoot. Back to Donovan. Donovan is cut off. Her pass trickles all the way back up top to Jackson. 3 on the shot clock. Takes a deep 3 and hits. Wow, huge three-pointer to push the lead back out to 4. And silence the crowd. Liberty with the ball. Aya Stodish to Boone. Boone's going to attack, drives on the left side, but missed the lay-in. Rebound Duke. Up court to Richardson. Richardson outside to DeJesus. Now Fournier, she'll try a deep shot, maybe a little bit out of her normal comfort zone. Came up short, and the Flames get the rebound. Hodges crossover, beautiful, and drains the 15-foot J. Ankle breaker. Liberty within 2. 1.5 minutes left in the second quarter. Duke going to try to answer as Richardson fires up a three-pointer that's off the mark. Offensive rebound will reset to Jackson. Jackson into the paint, lost the handle, dishes it back out to DeJesus. In the corner to Donovan. Donovan double pumps, deadens it off the back of the rim, and it falls through. Those were 2 possessions. The Flames played excellent defense, and there was just a better shot on offense. Friendly roll and a deep 3 with the shot clock expiring. Flames down by 4, under a minute to go in the second quarter. Boone's going to pull up from the elbow and hit. Asia Boone with double digits. She's got 11, and the Flames got it back down to 2. 45 seconds to go, second quarter. DeJesus off of a screen. Kicks it back outside to Donovan. Donovan's going to drive. She's cut off. Back up top to Jackson. Jackson with 10 on the clock. Peels off of a screen. Kicks back over to Donovan. Donovan's jumper's off the mark. The rebound to Aya Stadish, and the Flames can hold for the final shot of the first half. Liberty trailing Duke by 2. Bounce pass to Howard with 10 on the clock. She takes a dribble towards the near side corner, hands to Hodges. Hodges with 5. Penetrates, floats it up, and just off the rim and out. That was about 2 inches from tying the game up at halftime, and the crowd would have probably blown the roof off of the place. Outstanding bit of Flames Nation here in the arena tonight, and they saw the Flames come from 14 points down and have a chance to tie it just before the break. But as it stands, 39-37, the Blue Devils on top as we go into the locker room. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, Trey Lyles in the studio. He'll get us a look at our Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. A little bit later on, we'll have your Larry's Tire and Auto stats, Century Exteriors 3-point numbers, which were so good for the Flames in the opening game of the season against Valparaiso. Numbers not quite as good, but they warmed up a little bit as the half went along. The overall shooting percentage, I'll give you a sneak preview of that. Both teams shot exactly 15 of 31 from the field, 48%. Duke was able to do just a little bit more at the free throw line, and that's why they lead by 2 at the timeout. We'll be back with our halftime show brought to you by Carl Miller Realty after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
This broadcast of Liberty Flames Athletics is brought to you through underwriting support from Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. They offer complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord, and a new service center coming soon in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Lynchburg Nissan has been a proud supporter of Liberty University and an underwriting partner with The Journey. Lynchburg Nissan is thankful for the community support for over 27 years and is committed to supporting community organizations like the Salvation Army. They offer new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Information for Lynchburg Nissan is available at lynchburgnissan.com. Thank you again for supporting your local Nissan dealer, Lynchburg Nissan.
Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry provides dental health services including dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, extractions, and more. Their office treats patients of all ages and accepts major dental insurances. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry is located at 2229 Ural Road next to EC Glass High School in Lynchburg. You can reach the office by phone at 434-847-5331 and online at PearyFamilyDentistry.com. The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
first half is history. Now it's time for the Lady Flames halftime report, presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team, proud supporter of the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now let's get a check of the out-of-town scoreboard, built by Frank Good Builders.
Halftime here as we have the score 39-37. The Duke Blue Devils do lead over your Liberty Flames. Good second quarter for the Flames, outscoring Duke 22-10. Jamie will get to the stats in a matter of moments. Time to your Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard, starting in Conference USA. Earlier today, Louisiana Tech goes to 2-0 on the season as they beat South Alabama 78-70. New Mexico State, the other game in Conference USA, they tip off at 8 o'clock, taking on Utah Tech. Other action in women's college basketball tonight in the top 25. Number 18 Maryland defeated Coppin State 70-47. That game just went final. Halftime, number 2 UConn beating Boston University 60-13. Sticking in the ACC, a big rival of the Duke Blue Devils, of course, is the North Carolina Tar Heels. At number 15, North Carolina up on UNC Wilmington 40-16 at 1:22 left in that second quarter. Halftime, maybe an upset brewing. Maybe the matchup of the night. If you look at the top 25, Illinois actually sits about 26 in the polls. They're up against 19 Florida State 43-34 at halftime. Other scores of note, maybe an upset brewing. Harvard up over Indiana 32-30. Indiana ranked the number 25 team in the country. Number 8, that's at halftime. Both those scores are at halftime. First quarter scores for you. Indiana State up early against number 8 Iowa State 13-12. Number 13 Kansas State leads Belmont late in the first quarter 19-16. Other games tonight in the top 25 in women's basketball. Number 12 Baylor will take on Incarnate Word. Alabama, number 24 Alabama will take on Alabama A&M at 8:30. And Kentucky, number 22 Kentucky, got the win tonight 70-41. Those were the scores in the top 25. Of course, this Saturday, Liberty is going to take on Cal Baptist. That game is on Saturday with a 7 o'clock tip on the airwaves. That will come. They don't play tonight. All right. When we come back, we'll have this week or an update for your Liberty Flames. This is Liberty Flames women's basketball.
Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPro's 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Now back to the halftime report presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
Back here in the studio, 39-37, Duke, the number 11 team in the country out of the Atlantic Coast Conference, is leading your Liberty Flames at halftime, 39-37. Coming up in a matter of moments, we'll get you to the second half. But first, an update on Liberty Athletics. Women's soccer is set to become the number 2 seed in the Conference USA tournament. They will take on number 3 seed New Mexico State. The contest is set for 4 p.m. at FIU Soccer Stadium in Miami. All Conference USA Championship games will be broadcast on ESPN+. Also going on today, the ITA Conference Masters Championship in women's tennis. And then tomorrow, field hockey will take on the number 1 seed in the Big East tournament. They will take on UConn as the Flames look to advance in the Big East tournament in field hockey. Of course, Flames looking to bounce back this Saturday against Middle Tennessee State, coming off of 2 tough defeats in conference play. Flames looking to bounce back. That game is set for a 1 o'clock kickoff here in Middle, I believe, this Saturday. So they kick off. They're traveling to Middlesboro for the first time in 42 years. Head coach Derek Mason in his first year at Middle Tennessee. So Liberty 5-2 on the season. Unfortunately, 3-2 in conference play. Still trying to fight for a Conference USA championship, but they're looking to battle back. Our halftime score, 39-37. Duke has the lead as we head to half against Liberty. When we come back, we'll head back to the court with Jamie Hall. He'll give us our Larry's Tire and Auto stats. And you're listening to Liberty Flames Women's Basketball, presented by Van Wagner.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPro's 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
It's almost time for the second half. Now back to the arena for a check of the stats from the first half, presented by Larry's Tire and Auto Repair.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. Exciting first half. The Flames fell behind by as many as 14 after a 10-0 Duke run in the first quarter. But then the Flames had an 18-5 overall run to get it within 1. And it's currently 2. 39-37, Duke with the lead. Halftime stats look like this. Mentioned that both teams shot identical percentages in the first half. Identical numbers, 15 of 31 for 48% from the field. Flames 3 of 9 from 3. The Flames were 4 of 11 from 3. The Blue Devils were 3 of 9. Those exterior numbers brought to you by Century Exteriors. 6 of 8 at the free throw line for the Blue Devils. The Flames 3 of 4. Rebounding, Liberty went ahead after being down early in the game by a pretty good margin. 10-5 at one point. They finished up 17-15 ahead, including 8-7 in offensive rebounds. Flames 8 turnovers, but 6 of those were in the first quarter. Duke finishes up the half with 6 turnovers. Leading scorer for Liberty was Asia Boone. She had 11. 9 for Emma Hess. Peen Steenbergen off the bench with 5. Jordan Hodges played throughout most of the first half with 2 fouls. She finished with 4 points, a couple of rebounds and an assist. Bella Smuda 3 points, only 1 rebound. Elizabeth Ayestad led the way with 8 boards. She had a career high 12 her last time out on Monday against Valparaiso. Avery Mills also got her first points as a Lady Flame. She hit a 3-pointer in the first quarter. Jackson led the Blue Devils with 12. 8 for Fournier and 6 each for Wood and Donovan. We haven't gotten the attendance. I think that's usually tabulated at halftime, so probably by the fourth quarter we'll know how many folks are officially here, but a great crowd. I mean, there's no question this is the largest women's crowd in Liberty Arena. I would be shocked if it's not. It's, I would say, approaching the 3,000 mark, maybe even a shade above that. It's, I'd say the building's about 3/4 full or more. Duke with the basketball as we start the second half. They lead by 2. 3-pointer by Jackson is good. Same start to the second half as the first half. A 3-pointer by Duke. Very quick in the offense. 42-37 Blue Devils. Asia Boone with the ball for Liberty. Almost lost the handle, regains it. Going to try to attack, dips to the hoop, and draws the foul. Asia Boone will shoot 2. There was a little bit of foul trouble in the first half of the game. I mentioned that Jordan Hodges had to play with 2 fouls for Liberty. Also, Peen Steenbergen goes to the half with 2. Now 3 players on Duke with 2 fouls. Thomas, Richardson, and let's see, Okanawa has the other, she's the other player with 2 fouls. Both free throws are good. Or no, I'm sorry, 1 of 2 free throws. It's a 3-point lead for Duke. 50 seconds into the second half. So let me rethink that again. Both free throws were good. My math was just wrong as far as what the score was before that. Duke with the basketball on the far side corner. Richardson rises up and hits a 3-pointer. So it was a 2-point game at halftime. Duke extended it to 5. The 2 free throws made it 3, and then now it's back to 6. 45-39, Duke with the lead. Hodges with the ball for the Flames. Bullet pass underneath to Smuda, who curled to the hoop and scored. Excellent offense by the Lady Flames, and now excellent defense. They force Richardson into a turnover. Liberty gets the ball back. Hess crosses over, bumped, then bounces it back outside where it's knocked loose and stolen by Donovan. So the teams trade turnovers. Up court, the pass goes to Mayer. And she lost the ball, but fortunately for her was bailed out by her teammate Donovan. And Duke will reset to Jackson. Jackson drives and scores. 47-41. Duke with the lead, showing some pressure. Flames were able to break through that Duke pressure a couple times and get 2 easy baskets, or 2 easy shots, I should say, in the second quarter, and we haven't seen quite as much of it since then. More token pressure as Hodges will drive, dish off underneath to Smuda. Smuda is double teamed and tied up. The arrow will keep it with the Lady Flames. 11 seconds to shoot. 7:34 to go in the third quarter. Flames scoring to our left. Hodges stands on the baseline and waits for someone to get the ball to. Finds Hess. Hess lobs it up top to Smuda, who hands right back to Hess. Hess may have gotten away with a carry. She passes to Hodges. Hodges has to force up a three-pointer and banks it in. That is not how they drew that up, but the Flames will take the tray. They cut it down to a three-point game. Duke on the other end answers. Thomas muscles her way through for 2. (49-44). Jordan Hodges with that three-pointer now has 7 in the game. 7 points in the game. That was her first 3. Boone on the near wing. Tries to lob it inside to Smuda, and it's knocked out of bounds. Smuda hits the deck. It'll stay with the Lady Flames with 9 seconds to shoot. Bella took a pretty good shot. Not so much the contact that knocked her down, but I think the landing on the floor was what knocked the wind out of her. Jordan Hodges to inbound. Having a little trouble, does get it into Smuda just in time. Smuda works to the basket, spins to the left, missed the shot, and Thomas got the rebound for Duke. Blue Devils lead by 5. Three-pointer for Jackson is good. Jackson now with 5 three-pointers in the game, and we've got a steal on the inbound by Duke. We'll get the ball right back to the Blue Devils, leading by 8. And this is almost a mirror copy of what happened in the first half when Duke was able to extend the lead out to 14. They forced some turnovers and get a couple of three-pointers in the process. Jackson now with 20 points, 5 of 7 from 3, 4 assists and 3 rebounds in 20 minutes of playing time. The junior from China, Texas. Inbound pass comes to her. Her pass into the corner to Mayer, and Mayer's three-pointer is good. This is a Duke team that really is not known as being a three-point shooting squad, as we get a foul on the inbound against Duke. And the Flames will trigger in the corner. And that game against Radford, Duke was actually 4 of 20 from 3, only 20%. But they have been able to extend their lead in the second half by hitting some three-pointers. Boone breaks the pressure, takes it the length of the court, and draws a foul. Asia will shoot a couple of free throws, trying to stifle what is currently an 8-0 Duke run. Flames got it within 1. Was down by 2 at halftime. But the Blue Devils have been able to extend the lead since then. First free throw by Boone is off the back rim. So 20% against Radford on Monday night. The Blue Devils are 7 of 13, 54% behind the arc in this game. Second free throw's good. That ends the 8-0 run. Flames make a couple of substitutions as Emily Howard, Peen Steenbergen, and Avery Mills check in. Also, Anna Bedoza The only starter still out is Emma Hess. Duke with the basketball, 5:55 to go, third quarter. They lead 55-45. Top of the arc, Mayer lost the basketball, dribbled it off of her toe, and the Flames come out of the pack with the ball. Bedoza to Hess. Hess turns into a three-pointer, but too much on it. The rebound is tipped out of bounds to Duke. About 34 seconds away from a media timeout. It would be our first timeout of the second half. Coach Green used one first half timeout. Coach Lawson has not taken a timeout. She has all four remaining. DeJesus in the game for the first time in the second half for the Blue Devils. She dribbles between the circles. Has Hess on her, still on the bounce, comes off of a pick, drives to the basket, and then dished off to Donovan. Donovan's jumper is off the mark, but DeJesus gets the offensive rebound, and they reset. DeJesus into Donovan. Donovan's 15-foot jumper is off the mark, and then she's going to be called for a foul coming over the top of Steenbergen. Donovan kind of has an over-the-head, two-handed sort of shot put type form. And with that foul, it is her first. Flames pressured on the inbounds. Bedoza, Mills, Steenbergen, up ahead to Moore. Moore for three, way off the mark, too much on it. Rebound Duke. Blue Devils Jackson back up court. On the far side to DeJesus. Now skips it back on the near wing to Donovan. Donovan drives and draws a foul. Which brings us to that media timeout that we were talking of. 10-point Duke lead. They have a chance to extend it at the free throw line after this 90-second break. You're listening to the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic, 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank & Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank & Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank & Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
55-45, Duke on top of Liberty with 4:35 to go in the third quarter. During that timeout, the Flames dance team was going strong, and Sparky was in the middle. I saw a video the other day of the BYU Cougar doing a routine with the BYU dance team that went absolutely viral. I mean, it was very impressive for someone who's inside a costume, a mascot costume like that, to be able to do what he did. The Cougar one is a little more streamlined. There's some that are a bit more bulky that might have made it more difficult, but Sparky holding his own. Who knows if the Flames and BYU were to match up in a bowl game or something, maybe they could have a dance-off. Flames have struggled a little bit here in the third quarter. The shooting percentage hasn't gone down a lot, but they just haven't been able to get many shots because turnovers have kind of become a problem again. They have 10 total for the game. When the Flames got in trouble in the first half and fell down by 14, it was turnovers and second chance opportunities for Duke that sort of led to that. When Liberty got back into the game in the second quarter and got it within one, it was shooting well, but then also forcing some turnovers of their own and getting ahead in the rebounding battle. Well, rebounding has now shifted back in favor of Duke. They're up 19-18. And 10-7 is their advantage in second chance points. Three-point shooting, Duke 7 of 13. The Flames shooting fine. 5 of 14, 36% as a team. You'll take that. But Duke is hitting it 54% from three. Free throws ahead for Okanawa. Uluchi Okanawa misses the first. The lead stays at 10. This is the 50th season of basketball for both of these programs. Second free throw is good. 56-45 lead. Pressure by Duke on the inbounds. Flames have their second unit on the court at the moment. No starters in the game. They break through that trap and get it into the half court, set up the offense. Liberty scoring at the goal to our left. Bedoza, Steenbergen on the far wing. 14 seconds to shoot. Peen with some dribbles. Almost lost the handle, gets it back, bounces it inside to Howard, and Howard comes up short on her layup attempt. Duke back on offense. The Blue Devils wearing the white uniforms, even though they're on the road. The Flames in the red unis. I'm not sure what the normal Duke away uniforms are, but they must not have been kosher with the Flames wearing red. On the inside, nice play. And then finish by Fournier. 13-point lead for Duke. They've been up by as many as 14. Steenbergen open in the corner for three, missed the shot. Brooke Moore keeps it alive, though, and the Flames will reset. Howard has her pocket pick, stolen away by Jackson. Jackson runs it down and draws the foul. Steenbergen will pick up her third personal. A couple of free throws for Duke to try to push this out to their largest lead of the game so far. And this Duke team very explosive. As we saw in the first half, they were able to go on a very quick 10-0 run. They had an 8-0 run in the third quarter. Trying to add to that. They're up 14 with the first free throw. Jackson, a 78% free throw shooter, hits on both. It's now 60-45. Flames trailing by 15. See how long Coach Green waits before the starters come back in the game. And this is no indictment against the backup unit, but they have been forced into a couple turnovers, including one there. And a run out for 2 easy points for the Blue Devils. The lead has ballooned out to 17, and a timeout will be taken by Coach Kerry Green, which will bring us to a media timeout. 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Duke 62, Liberty 45. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community. And that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
Well, I was off a little bit. I said the arena was 3/4 full. It was just slightly under that. 2845 is the announced attendance for this game. A new Liberty Arena women's basketball record. They currently see a scoreboard that they don't like. Duke is on top, 62-45. I say that. There's a few Duke fans here. But for the most part, it's a sea of red inside the building. A red out for this game. Decent little section of blue Duke shirts and sweatshirts across the way behind their bench, and a few others sort of sprinkled throughout the building. It's a game that Duke was able to jump out to an early lead on a 10-0 run. They went up 17-7, led by as many as 14 in the first quarter. The Flames went back at them, an 18-5 run of their own, cut it within one. It was a 2-point game at halftime, but Duke has outscored Liberty 23-8 in the third quarter, and they currently lead 62-45. Flames with the basketball. Pressure being shown by the Blue Devils. Liberty's able to get it in, though. Steenbergen will bounce it outside to Hodges. Hess, Boone, and Howard, the five for the Flames. Hess on the far wing, skips it near side to Boone. Boone's three-pointer is blocked and then also pulled in by Donovan. I'm sorry, Okanawa. Okanawa with the block shot and the rebound. Fournier with the ball for Duke, and she's fouled. A couple of free throws ahead for the Duke freshman. This Blue Devil team returned 4 starters and 11 letter winners from last season's squad that went 22-12, went to the Sweet 16. They also had the 7th ranked recruiting class. And the headliner of that class is Fournier, who misses the first free throw. She has 10 points in the game, 4 of 8 from the field. 3 rebounds in 16 minutes of playing time, but missed both free throws, having to shoot into the teeth of the Flames pep band. The lead holds at 17. Hess with the ball for Liberty. Dumps it underneath to Howard, and Howard lays it in. Nice patience by Emma Hess. Didn't take a contested shot. Instead, waited for the offense to run and got an easy 2 for Emily Howard. First points of the game for Howard. Duke with the basketball. Fournier to Okanawa, and then she throws it out of bounds. Somewhat of an unforced turnover. It's the 9th giveaway for Duke. The Flames have 12. Liberty with the ball back, trailing 15. Near side, Asia Boone jabs at Okanawa to Hess. Far wing to Hodges, now up top. Steenbergen to Boone. Boone is fouled by Okanawa. Duke is over the limit. The Flames will shoot a couple of free throws. 1:43 to go in the third quarter, 62-47. Duke with the lead. The Flames would love to be able to get this into single digits by the end of the third. Steenbergen is the only player in the game for the Flames anyway, with 3 fouls. She's playing at the moment with those 3 fouls, and now 3 players with 3 fouls for Duke. Okonawa, Thomas, and Richardson each have 3. Boone missed the first free throw, makes the second. 62-48. Duke with the lead in the basketball. Mayer wears 22. All 5 on the floor for Duke have the blue Nikes on. On the far wing to Jesus, back up top to Mayer. Mayer has it knocked out of bounds. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Steenbergen was able to get her hands in to deflect it loose. Jackson will trigger from the near sideline. Waits for some movement. Finds Wood. Wood dumps it underneath to Fournier, but the shot clock expires before she can get the reverse lay-in to the rim. Nice defensive stop for Liberty. They get the ball back, trailing by 14. Again, points, stop, points, and you're in close to single digits. Hodges across half court, almost lost the handle, gets it back to Steenbergen. If there's a 3 mixed in there, you do get it into single digits. On the far side, Hess drives, floats, scores. Emma Hess with a teardrop. It's a 12-point game with 50 seconds to go in the third. The crowd comes alive. Chanting defense. Duke's Mayer on the near wing. Goes inside to Fournier. She reverses and scores this time. Nice finish by Fournier. Flames can hold for the final shot of the third quarter. They trail by 14. Steenbergen bounces it on the far wing to Hess. 15 seconds on the clock. Now to Boone. Boone, a couple of dribbles. Hands off to Hodges. Back to Boone. Boone to the top of the arc to Hodges. 6 seconds to shoot. Hodges drives to the basket. Kicks cross court and it's stolen away. DeJesus from half court at the buzzer is just off the mark. The Flames will trail by 14 as we head to the fourth quarter. 64-50, Duke with the lead. And it will be Blue Devil basketball when we start the fourth period of play here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hey Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the Commonwealth and beyond with offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. All the ways Gentry Lock can help clients succeed is waiting for you at GentryLock.com. Be at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg for Lady Flames basketball.
Steenbergen again for 3. Got it.
This Saturday, Liberty battles Cal Baptist at 7 p.m. It's Military Appreciation Night with discounted tickets for service members and veterans. Also, free military patches for the first 150 fans. Don't miss Lady Flames basketball at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg.
Smuda scoops to the hoop and scores.
This Saturday at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at luwbasketball.com.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haleys.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
You've been listening to the Coca-Cola Post-Game Locker Room Report and Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This game has been brought to you in part by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and hearth. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. Carter Bank and Trust, member FDI. Live play-by-play coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner continues on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now it's time for a Carter Bank and Trust game at a glance.
Welcome back to Liberty Arena. Lady Flames trailing 64-50 as we head to the fourth quarter of play, and not a good third quarter. Flames were outscored by 12, 25-13. Overall, the shooting percentage for Liberty dipped under 50%. They're still not shooting bad. 46%, 19 of 41, and 5 of 16 from 3. You'd like to shoot a little better than that from 3. 7 of 10 at the free throw line. So the numbers for Liberty not too bad, but Duke 56%, 24 of 43, and 54% from 3. 7 of 13, 9 of 14 at the free throw line. Turnovers not as bad as it could be. This is a Duke team that can really force a ton of turnovers. Flames with 13, that's more than they would like. I mean, for a game, you might be okay with 13. You don't want to have 13 through 3 quarters, but Liberty's been able to force some themselves, as there have been 10 Duke turnovers. If you look to the Radford game that Duke played on Monday night when they won 89-36, they forced 34 turnovers in that game. So Liberty has done a better job than the Highlanders were able to do against Duke. The three-point shots falling in that third quarter were kind of the dagger for Liberty to a couple of spots where they thought they were going to get a stop and a three-pointer went in. As I say that right off of the inbound, Duke does not waste any time getting into their offense. They throw the ball in. Richardson takes the jumper. It pops out, though, and the Flames get the rebound. So the lead holds at 14. And we got a turnover. Hodges was being pressured just across half court. The ball bounced off of her knee, went all the way across to the other side and out of bounds. Liberty with the giveaway. Duke with the ball back. Okanawa inbounds, and she has it stolen away by Boone. Boone up court to Hodges, who lays it in. The Flames giving Duke a little taste of their own medicine, pressuring, forcing the giveaway, and getting some easy points on the other end. It's down to a 12-point game. Duke with the basketball. Scooping to the hoop is Okanawa, and she's fouled right in front of the Flames pep band, who did not agree with the call. And the official under the basket, closest to the play, did not make the call. Officials in today's game: Jody Cantrell, Timothy Bryant, and Deanna Jackson. It was Jackson who called that from the scorer's table. First free throw is in and out. I'm imagining that there's some in the band that are on the verge of saying ball don't lie, but Okanawa has one more free throw and rattled in. Yeah, that looked like a pretty clean play. Emily asked for an explanation and didn't protest anymore, but it's not really in her personality to do anything to show up an official anyway. She might not have agreed with the call, but she accepted it, and we move on. The Flames, after the free throw, they trail by 13, 65-52. Asia Boone, three-pointer, far wing, off the mark. Rebound Duke. Blue Devils get it down court to Thomas. Thomas now to Mayer, and Mayer throws back to Thomas, and Thomas had fallen to the floor. Bella Smuda, who had just checked in, pulled the chair out from underneath Thomas. Liberty with the ball back. Steenbergen to the top of the arc. Still plenty of time in this game. We saw the Flames make a run in the first half as well, but an unforced turnover as Boone tried to throw it up top. I should say from up top down low to Bella Smuda, and it went well over her head, and now a blocking foul called against Steenbergen. She gets an explanation that she doesn't agree with. She'll have to check out of the game. she's now picked up her 4th personal foul. Take a look at the replay. Boy, I don't know. She lowered her shoulder right into Peen. Now, was Peen's feet planted? No. But was she in a legal guarding position? Yes, I think. But even if she wasn't, if you lower your shoulder and basically go through the chest of your defender, that's going to be an offensive foul 98 out of 100. But it wasn't that time. And after the free throws, extend the lead to 67-52. The Flames turn the ball over on the inbound. We've seen Duke do that time and time again. Just harass Liberty as they were trying to inbound the basketball and get some easy points and easy possessions out of it. .8:15 to go in the game. Blue Devils now inbounding on the far sideline after the pass was deflected into the crowd. Inbound comes around to Richardson, and Richardson's pull-up jumper is good. Just like that, it's 69-52, and we've got another turnover on the inbound. And I'm not sure what the call was, but it's going to be Duke ball. I don't know if the officials know what the call was. They're having a lengthy conversation, and they're going to reset the shot clock. So possibly the Flames had the ball but were on the baseline. That's the only thing I can imagine that would have reset. Well, no, the shot clock went back to 28, so I have no idea what happened on that play, but it's Duke basketball. They lead by 17, and the Flames haven't been able to get off of this end of the court in about a minute. Corner three-pointer by Mayer is good, and the struggles continue to start the 4th quarter for Liberty. They're now down by 20. This is the largest lead of the game for Duke. Liberty's Hodges goes to Hess. Hess inside to Smoot, and the pass goes astray. Duke with another turnover that they've been able to force, and they bring it down court. Okanawa for 3, in and out. Smuda with the rebound, and she's fouled by Thomas. And Thomas looks perplexed at the call. There wasn't a lot of contact, but I think it was more like of the positioning. The Flames had better position. Coach Kerry Green going to take a timeout in this spot. With 7:18 to go in the 4th quarter, the lead is ballooned out to 20 points. Duke is up 72-52. We'll take a timeout as well. And be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
This broadcast of Liberty Flames Athletics is brought to you through underwriting support from Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. They offer complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord, and a new service center coming soon in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
.7:18 to go in the game. Liberty trailing Duke 72-52. Here in front of over 2,800 folks in Liberty Arena. Great atmosphere for tonight's game. And the Flames went on that run to cut it within one in the second quarter. It was as loud as I can ever remember it in this building on the women's side. This is the largest women's crowd in the history of the arena. The Flames have a 20-point deficit that they're going to have to battle through in 7 minutes and 18 seconds to do it. I want to say hello to everybody listening, whether it be on the Liberty app, libertyflames.com, or on YouTube or Facebook. Caroline is listening, and I'm probably going to mispronounce this. I'm going to say it's as simple as Casey, Florida. It's spelled C-A-Y-C-E. I'm going to say Casey, Florida. Sharon is listening and watching in on ESPN, the game on tonight. ESPN Plus. Sharon, very familiar with Lady Flames basketball. Sharon Emery played for the Lady Flames back in the late 90s, early 2000s, one of the two Wilkerson twins, along with her sister Sarah. Won 4 championships. Also, Donna Rollison says hello. Laura Rollison's mom from Nimitz, West Virginia. Laura played a little bit after that, maybe I think overlapped with the Twins a year, maybe 2 years, and then finished off her career in the early 2000s. Flames with the basketball on the inbound, and they unfortunately turn it over again, which leads to a foul and a chance at the free throw line for the Blue Devils. Duke currently on an 8-0 run. And Liberty's turnover total is up to 19. I mentioned it was 13 after 3 quarters, which means 6 turnovers in less than 3 minutes of this fourth quarter. First free throw's off the mark. Second is as well. Flames get the rebound. Anna Badoza running the point. Avery Mills, Ayestadish, Smuda, and Hess, the 5 for the Flames. In the corner to Badoza, in the middle to Smuda. Smuda cross-court pass to Hess. Hess takes a 3-pointer. It's too long, but an offensive rebound by Ayestadish. She'll reset to Smuda. Smuda to the basket, lost the handle, but was fouled. Foul goes against Okawana. I'm sorry, let me try that again. Okanawa. Uluchi Okanawa from Boston, Massachusetts. The inbound comes to Hess. Hess now to Smuda. Smuda fades from 15 and missed the shot. Rebound Duke. Donovan across half court. Dishes it back to Richardson, and Richardson out to DeJesus. Okanawa playing with 4 fouls for Duke. Thomas is on the bench with 4 for Duke, and Steenbergen has 4 on the bench for the Flames. 3-pointer near wing by Mayer is in and out, and Liberty with the rebound. Badoza to Mills, back to Badoza. Foul away from the ball. A hold is going to be called against the Blue Devils. Both teams have been whistled for 3 fouls in the fourth quarter, so they'll have 1 more to give with 6:12 left to go. The lead holds at 20. Flames are going to have to get something going pretty quick here to make this a ball game. But they did go on a nice healthy run in the second quarter of the game. 18-5, that would get them right back in it if they could do something like that again. Ayestadish is going to drive to the basket. Missed the layup. Rebound Duke, and then they throw the ball away. Up court pass is taken back by the Flames. To Mills for 3. Got it. Avery Mills, her second 3-pointer. 6 points for the freshman. And a traveling violation against Duke will give it right back over to the Flames. Well, maybe this is the beginning of that run that the Flames need. They've gotten it down to 17. Full court pressure being shown by the Blue Devils. Liberty's inbounding on the near sideline in the backcourt. Comes into Bedoza. 5-year player transferring in this season with 1 year of eligibility left. Drives to the basket, hesitates, penetrates, shot falls, and a foul called. Ana Bedoza will go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play. And we have an injured Blue Devil afterwards. And let's hope that's Jaden Donovan. Let's hope she's okay. She hasn't moved a lot since she went to the floor. And Bedoza kind of froze her a little bit with the penetration, and I don't know if that was contact between the players that caused the injury or possibly contact with the floor if she went down awkwardly afterwards, but she's being looked at the moment. And I really haven't gotten an indication yet as to what they're asking her about. But she is up and alert and talking with the medical staff of Duke. But I don't know, again, usually at this point in the examination, they would be looking at an ankle, looking at a knee, looking at a shoulder. That leads me to believe that it maybe was just a hard contact, maybe or the back of her head hit the floor. Don't know. I don't want to speculate exactly what it was, but it doesn't seem like they're looking at a specific body part, only asking questions, which usually means that it's a player that might have gotten their bell rung. I say I'm not going to speculate, and then I kind of speculated, but that's the best description I can give you is they never actually looked at anything other than having a conversation with her, so I don't think that it was a physical injury other than maybe just being shook up a little bit. Bedoza hits the free throw, finishes off the 3-point play, and just like that, it's a 14-point game. 5:23 left. Flames showing a little pressure as Duke gets it across half court, now sets up the offense. Jackson, who leads the way with 22 points, has hit 5 3-pointers in this game. He was a 36% shooter a season ago, but has hit lights out tonight. Passes far wing to Richardson, and Richardson's jumper is good. So that ends a little mini run for the Flames and pushes the lead back to 16. Flames have scored 6 in a row. Avery Mills on the near wing, spins towards the basket. Her jumper, though, is too strong. Defended well. Duke with the rebound. Up court, Jackson dumps it in the paint, and slipping towards the basket is Thomas, and she's fouled. Ayestadish is pleading her case with the official under the hoop, but in his defense, he wasn't the one that made the call. It was once again Deanna Jackson, about 45 feet away, making the call at the scorer's table. She has made 3 or 4 calls that are really not her primary call. Now, I'm not saying that it's a bad call. You just don't see it very often that the official furthest from the hoop is making a call about contact directly under the basket. Free throws are good. And after a 6-0 Liberty run, 4 straight for Duke, and their lead is back out to 18. 4.5 to go in the game. Bedoza with the ball for Liberty. Far side to Mills. Mills off of a pick. Up top to Ayestadish. She's going to drive and then attempted to dish it off. But the pass went into the hands of Delaney Thomas. Thomas was wearing a white Duke uniform. Flames at home, but wearing red. Moore, who's come back into the game, applying some defense to Jackson as Jackson is running the clock. Gets it over to Richardson. Richardson's jumper from just inside the arc is good. Back-to-back baskets for Richardson. 6 straight points for Duke, and they're back up by 20. Richardson now with 13 in the game. Richardson with 13, Fournier with 12, and Jackson leading the way for Duke with 22. Flames Mills with the basketball. She's bumped to the floor and will shoot a couple of free throws. For Liberty, the leading scorer is Asia Boone. She's out of the game at the moment. She has 15. Emma Hess with 11. Jordan Hodge is 9. Of the players on the court, Avery Mills is 6. Leads the way. Ella Smuda is playing the post for the Flames. Steenbergen the 4. Moore the 3, Mills the 2, and now Claudia Athene has come in. Flames sophomore will play the point. Mills hits both free throws. It's an 18-point Duke lead. Caroline Shirey has come in for Liberty. Smuda will come out. Flames have another game to play on Saturday as they get a steal off of the inbound. Moore, nice ball fake. Gets the defender to bite and scores on the left side. And now the ball is thrown away and Liberty will get it back. Not a lot of time, so a very small margin of error for the Flames if they're going to be able to get back in this game, trailing by 16 with 3:15 to go. But this is not what Duke wanted. Giving up points and then turning the ball over, and on top of that, stopping the clock by fouling and giving the Flames freebies at the line. Payne Steenbergen will shoot a couple. Payne didn't play at all last season with her knee injury. She's got a heavy brace on her right knee. Caroline Shirey also in the game has a brace on her right knee. She's dealt with some knee injuries throughout her career. We haven't seen Emma Soldis for the Flames. She's a freshman, redshirt freshman. She had a knee injury coming into last season and didn't play at all, so she has 4 years left. She also has a heavy knee brace. Also on her right knee. The free throws are good. The score is 78-63. Duke with the lead. 3:10 to go in the ball game. DeJesus dribbles near midcourt, just across. She has Athene on her, waits for it to get to 10 seconds, and then starts the offense. Kicks the pass across to Wood. Wood's shot comes out, and the rebound is secured by the Flames. Steenbergen to Mills. Mills to Athene, and Athene across half court. Claudia in the corner to Avery Mills. Mills jabs and gives it back to Athene. Now to Steenbergen. Steenbergen loses her defender, drives towards the basket, comes up short on the shot attempt. The rebound is tipped to her, but goes off of her shoulder and out of bounds. And that may be a shot that Payne would have made 2 years ago, and she's still adjusting to having that knee brace on, just as not as explosive as she would have been before the injury. And that'll come back. I've heard people say that you can go through an ACL injury and actually be stronger eventually after you completely heal up. And you lose that tentativeness that you have initially as well after the injury. DeJesus loses her defender but missed the shot, and an offensive rebound pulled in by Wood. She can't get the putback to go, and the Flames come away with the rebound. Up court to Steenbergen. Steenbergen steps into a three-pointer but missed. Rebound to Fournier, and she's fouled by Shirey. Duke with some free throws ahead. This will be free throws 23 and 24 for the Blue Devils. They're 14 of 22 to this point. Flames have scored the last 6 points in the game. 3 Duke turnovers during that stretch of time. And what was a 20-point Duke lead is down to 14. And this has all happened with the second and a half unit out there. I say second and a half. The first 5 that have come into the game, plus 2 more subs that actually, let's say 3 more subs now as we see Emma Soldice in for the first time. 1 of 2 free throws. It's 79-64 Duke. Athene with the ball, and she slid her foot. Traveling violation, gives it back over to Duke. So the 5 that had come in initially in relief for Liberty, the second 5 would have been Howard, Steenbergen, Moore, Mills. Who am I forgetting? Bedoza. Flames currently have Athene, Shirey, Mills, Moore, as well as Athene. I'm sorry, Soldice. I said Athene twice. Duke with the turnover. Both teams have played pretty sloppy here of late. 1:11 to go. 79-64 Flames. It'll be Liberty ball inbounding on the near sideline. Flames inbound, and they made a little bit of a blunder there. They ran one of those after a basket plays where you pass it to another teammate that's on the baseline. It's also out of bounds, and then that person inbounds the ball, and you can do that when you're allowed to move the baseline, but they did that on the sideline, and you can't do that in that spot, so Liberty turns the ball back over. Inbound pass to DeJesus. DeJesus on the far wing to Cable. Cable now in the middle to Richardson. Her jumper is off the backboard. Offensive rebound pulled in by Wood, and she's fouled and hits the shot. So Wood, who had a good start to the game, now has 6 points. Or, I'm sorry, that makes 8. That basket makes 8. She's been kind of quiet in the second half, but with the free throw and capping off the three-point play, she's given Duke an 82-64 lead. Luann Battystone is checked in for Duke. The Flames break through some pressure, dish it underneath to Moore. Moore draws the foul, hits the shot, and she'll go to the line for a chance at a three-point play. So again, let's reset the lineup. Shirey in for the Flames. Moore, Soldice, Athene, and Mills. Battystone, DeJesus, Wood, Cable, and Fournier on the floor for Duke. Free throw is good. Excuse me, the free throw is good. It's 82-67. Duke with the lead, 40 seconds to go in the game. Blue Devils get through a bit of Flames pressure underneath to Fournier. She missed the shot, but an offensive rebound pulled in by Wood, and she's fouled. 32.8 to go. Wood, the 6'4 sophomore from Chicago, Illinois. Averaged about 1.5 points a game last season. Makes the first free throw. Thomas and Kanawa have fouled out of the game for Duke. Second free throw is off the mark. The rebound is tipped out of bounds. It'll be Liberty basketball on the far side. So 83-64 is the score. Flames with the basketball. Shot clock is off. Athene setting up the offense. off of a screen, comes to the top of the arc, and then dishes underneath to Soldice. She can't quite handle it, has to regain it to Moore. Moore's elbow jumper is too strong. The rebound tipped into the corner, and Duke is able to pull it in with 7 seconds to go. They can run the clock out, and they do just that. Final score, 83-67. Duke with the victory. And we don't talk about moral victories as far as the Liberty women's basketball program, because they're used to winning basketball games and they're used to competing against top caliber teams, pulling off upsets along the way, including that Sweet 16 run back in 2005. But if you just want to kind of get your bearings on this game, the Flames, even though they lost 83-67, and it was a 2-point game at halftime, 1-point game just before halftime. If you want to look at the big picture, this Duke squad played Radford, a team that was a contemporary of Liberty for many years in the Big South Conference and a solid program. Coach McGuire always does well with the Highlanders in the Big South. And Duke knocked off Radford on Monday 89-36. Highlanders only shot 23% against the Blue Devils in that game. So if you want to kind of try to compare to some teams that the Flames have been in the mix with as far as conference, if you go back about 7 years ago, teams that Liberty plays pretty often. Flames play the Highlanders on a fairly regular basis. New River Valley rival. The Flames certainly showed much better in their game against number 11 Duke than the Highlanders did. But still, certainly some things to work on with this very, I shouldn't say young, it's an experienced Liberty team. There's some new pieces that are working their way into the puzzle, and some players that were injured that are now coming back into the lineup that are still kind of, getting their bearings. And it doesn't get any easier on Saturday. Cal Baptist, that's the best team in the WAC, and they're coming in to Liberty Arena. So the Flames have a day off, and then they go right back at it Saturday night against a very good Cal Baptist team. But what a great crowd here in Liberty Arena. Over 2,800 folks. And they really came alive in the second quarter when the Flames were able to make that run, but just too much Duke in the second half. They shot 53% from the field, but also went 8 of 16 from 3 and hit some big three-pointers at the beginning of the second half that helped them on that run, that third quarter run of 23-8 that took a 2-point lead and pushed it out to eventually a 20-point lead for the Blue Devils. And Flames, they were able to chip into it a little bit in the fourth quarter, but just too far behind to be able to make a run. And for the first time this year, the Flames fall. They are now 1-1, and Duke ups their record to 2-0. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, the Coca-Cola Locker Room Report here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter, at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
Lynchburg Nissan has been a proud supporter of Liberty University and an underwriting partner with The Journey. Lynchburg Nissan is thankful for the community support for over 27 years and is committed to supporting community organizations like the Salvation Army. They offer new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Information for Lynchburg Nissan is available at lynchburgnissan.com. Thank you again for supporting your local Nissan dealer, Lynchburg Nissan.
The doctors at Crossroads Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Stephen Hatch, James Peary III, Trey Woolwine, and Carol Roberts have over 50 years of experience serving Lynchburg and the surrounding area. Their dental office in Forest is open and ready to serve you. Crossroads Family Dentistry provides all family and cosmetic dental needs and accepts major dental insurances. They're located at 14761 Forest Road in front of Brauburgers. More information is available at crossroadsfamilydentistryva.com.
The game is over, but we're just getting started with the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report. Coming up, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair will present the final game statistics. Head coach Kerry Green will stop by to give his thoughts on the game, and we'll update the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders. Now let's head back inside the arena for the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
Welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Flames fall to Duke by a final score of 67-83. Kind of said that backwards. How about 83-67? Tough game as far as turnovers are concerned for Liberty. If you want to kind of break down how did it go astray, well, Duke shot the ball well. Flames shot the ball well too. Duke just shot a little bit better from three. They got to the free throw line a little bit more, so they scored more offense, and then the Flames gave the ball away too many times, which led to some easy points for Duke as well. If you would have told me coming into the game that the Flames would force 18 turnovers, I'd say, okay, well, they might be in this. And, 22, you don't want to give away the ball 22 times, but it certainly could be worse. We saw Duke force 36 turnovers on Monday night against Radford. So those numbers didn't completely kill Liberty, but when you add that into the fact that Duke shot the ball so well, especially from three, it just wasn't enough to overcome. Liberty made their runs. They were able to get it within 1 point in the second quarter. And they were able to chip away in the fourth quarter as well, but by then they got too far behind. They were down by 20. So got it within 14 with a 6-0 run, but never really were able to get it any closer than that. And Duke finishes up again with the 83-67 victory. Statistically, let's take a look at our Larry's Tire and Auto stat sheet in this game. Talking about the shooting percentages. The Flames, not bad, 44%. Yeah, you wouldn't mind shooting a little bit better than that, but a lot of nights that's going to win a basketball game. They were also 6 of 20 from three, our Century Exteriors three-point numbers. 30%, a little bit below what you would want. You want to shoot somewhere around, you want to hit 1 out of 3 as a team, and if you shoot better than that, then that's great. So they're not way off as far as the three-point shooting numbers. But, yeah, you could shoot a little bit better. 13 of 16 from the free throw line, you'll take that every night, 81%. But when you look at the opposite, Duke was able to do even better. 29 of 55 from the field, 53%, 8 of 16 from three, and 17 of 27 from the free throw line. Now, they didn't make as high percentages, the Flames, but they were able to be a +4 as far as points from the free throw line. Those 13 free throws that the Flames made means another 1,300 meals donated to local area food banks through the Food Line Feeds Score to Give More campaign. I want to thank Food Line for that. Now let's look at the individual, well, a few more team stats. Overall rebounding. When the Flames fell behind, they fell behind in rebounding in the first half. When they made the run to get it within 1, they went on kind of a rebounding run as well. Now as the game finishes up, Duke won the rebounding 32-27, and again, that kind of goes hand in hand. A few more turnovers than Duke when Duke went on the run, and Duke was able to get some second chances because of getting on the glass as well. They finish up with 12 offensive boards to the Flames' 10. The 18 turnovers for Duke, the 22 turnovers for the Flames, 11 assists for Liberty, 19 assists for Duke. They did indeed pass the ball, distribute well. The leading scorer for the Blue Devils was Jackson. She had 22. Richardson with 13, Fournier with 13, and Wood with 10, all the double-digit scores for the Duke Blue Devils. For the Lady Flames, our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game. That's a tough call. We had a couple players play well, but let's say Asia Boone, she finished up with 15 points and drew 7 fouls in the game. That's pretty impressive. So those two numbers led the team in each of those categories. Only one rebound, a little bit lower than you would expect normally from Asia, but 15 points to pace the Flames in that category. Emma Hess had 11. 9 points for Jordan Hodges. 5 for Bella Smuda. Missed Avery Mills. Mills with 6. I'm sorry. Let's try this again. 7 points for Peen Steenberg and Avery Mills with 8. 8 points for Avery, leading player off the bench for Liberty. Peen with 7. 5 for Brooke Moore. 3 for Bedoza. 2 for Emily Howard. Also 2 for Elizabeth Ayestadish, but she had a team-high 10 rebounds. So the second game in a row that Elizabeth has led Liberty in boarding. She had a career-high 12 in the game against Valparaiso on Monday night. So our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game, Asia Boone, finishing up with 15 points in the contest. Points off turnovers, 31-24 Duke. Points in the paint, 34-22 Blue Devils. Second chance points, 14-7. Fast break, 13-9 Duke. And bench points, 30-25 in favor of the Blue Devils. Largest lead of the game for Duke was 20. The Flames never led. We had no ties, and then, of course, no lead changes. With the loss, the Flames fall to 1-1, and with the victory, Duke goes to 1-0 on the year. We're going to throw it back to the studio here in just a moment, but I'm going to give Trey fair warning that we'll go to the out-of-town scoreboard here in just 1 second, but I do want to pass along what's up next for both of these two teams. Cal Baptist will be in Lynchburg on Saturday night, so just one day off before another very, very good team, a 20-win team, comes into Liberty Arena. And the leader of the WAC last season, this WAC CUSA Challenge, the Flames will also go out at the end of the month to play at Grand Canyon, the second game of that challenge. So that'll be fun to kind of see the environment that Grand Canyon has. They seem to have rivals the Liberty student section, I think. And as far as Duke is concerned, they have one extra day off, but they'll play at Maryland on Sunday, 1 o'clock game. Maryland ranked 18 and Duke currently ranked at 11. And then after that, Duke will go home and play Dayton on the 14th of November. For the Flames, after the home game against Cal Baptist, they do have a week off before they travel to Tennessee and play down in Knoxville against the Lady Vols. All right, well, that's all we've got for the moment here in the arena. We're awaiting Coach Kerry Green to come out of the locker room, and while we do that, let's throw it back to the studio to get a look at your Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. Trey, take it away.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Time for our out-of-town scoreboard presented by Frank Good Builders. Starting in women's college basketball in Conference USA, New Mexico State is currently leading with 10 minutes left in the third quarter, 46-32 over Utah Tech. New Mexico State looking to go 2-0 on the season. As mentioned, the score just wrapped up. Liberty falls to Duke 67-83. That was one of the two finals in Conference USA. The other final earlier today, Louisiana Tech 78, South Alabama 70. Louisiana Tech moves to 2-0 on the season. In the top 25 of women's college basketball, we have a possible upset brewing. 65-63, Harvard over number 25, Indiana. 3:46 left in overtime. Harvard looking to pull off the upset against a top 25 team. Other games in the top 25 that are currently going on. Number 8, Iowa State seems to had some early troubles with Indiana State. They were trailing 16-14 after the first quarter, but since then, number 8 team in the country are all over Indiana State. 4:37 left in the fourth, 61-42. The Cyclones lead in that one. Another ranked team is the Kansas State Wildcats. They lead over Belmont 72-48 with 4:49 left in the fourth quarter. other scores in the third quarter. Baylor currently leading over Incarnate Word 47-24. Finals tonight in the top 25. Jamie touched on that Maryland team. They're up. They defeated Coppin State 70-47. The number 18 team in the land moves to 2-0 on the season. Number 22 Kentucky 70. Northern Kentucky 41. That's another final. Number 2 team in the land, UConn, gets it done over Boston University 86-32. Their Duke's big rival, of course, is the North Carolina Tar Heels. They get the win over UNC Wilmington. The 15th ranked Tar Heels get the win 77-50. And the possible upset of the night, Illinois, unranked, defeats 19th ranked Florida State 83-74. The Fighting Illini get the win. They're actually like the 26th ranked team in the country. So a pretty nice win for them. They'll probably jump them into the top 25. Currently in the NFL, 7-7 Bengals and Ravens are tied on Monday Night Football. It is Thursday, folks. So, of course, it is Thursday Night Football. And 7-7 there as well. And then in some college football action as well tonight, currently we have Coastal Carolina taking on Appalachian State, a team that was supposed to play Liberty earlier this year until that game got canceled. App just scored a touchdown to make it 17-10. And a former opponent of the Liberty Flames, East Carolina, is up on Florida Atlantic 21-0. When we come back, we'll head back to the court. We'll have a conversation with Coach Green breaking down the rest of the game. Your final score here, 83-62. The number 11 team, Duke Blue Devils, get it done over your Liberty Flames here on this Thursday night. When we come back, we'll head back to Liberty Arena and Jamie Hall with Coach Green, and we'll play your play of the game.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Be at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg for Lady Flames basketball.
Steenbergen again for three. Got it.
This Saturday, Liberty battles Cal Baptist at 7 p.m. It's Military Appreciation Night with discounted tickets for service members and veterans. Also, free military patches for the first 150 fans. Don't miss Lady Flames basketball at Liberty Arena in Lynchburg.
Smuda scoops to the hoop and scores.
This Saturday at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets now at LUWbasketball.com.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at ThompsonBrooksInsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
You've been listening to live radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
Howard goes against Fournier, fades, missed, but Ayestadish with the offensive rebound. She'll reset to Hess for three. Boom! Emma Hess from deep, and the Flames have cut this down to a one-point game. The crowd is on their feet, many of them.
And that was an exciting moment in front of an outstanding crowd here in Liberty Arena as Coach Kerry Green now joins us Coach, that was a nice run that your team made in the second quarter. I know ultimately you didn't get the victory that you wanted, but there were certainly some bright spots for the game tonight, some times when your team really executed well on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Jamie, I want to take away that we can be a good team, and what do we need to do to accomplish that. And yeah, there's times that we executed really well, and yet at the end of the day, our three-point shooting, which we rely on, and we've got some good shooters, we didn't shoot the ball well. We shot 30% from three-point line, and our inside post play just was deficient in some ways. We didn't finish shots there, and as I look down through here, in the post, there's 2, there's 5. I thought Ping really played pretty well in limited time, and looking, there's 5. I'm still searching. Okay, 7 points inside from post play. Yeah, 7 points. Is that's right? No, that's 9 points out of 67 points. I believe in our post players, but they got to slow things down, and we had the height advantage. I didn't say we're more athletic, but we need to be strong and physical, and you can play physical off the ball against SEC and ACC and just the Power 5 type teams. We're not used to that, but should be. But we heard shots, and at the end of the day, in that second quarter, yes, we were clicking, we were making our shots, we were rebounding. We had two rebound lead at halftime, and you're down 2. We end up being out rebounded by 5, so it turned in that third quarter, rebounded and turned the ball over, and they shot the ball. Let me look at it here. Third quarter, 75% from the field and 100% from the foul line. Three-point line. So there's where they get 25 points. Our defense has to be better. We know who the shooter was. She was 2 for 2 in that quarter, and we're not getting out there and getting her off 3. That was an area that we've addressed over the summer, and just bringing it to everyone's attention, educating them on the fact that we were like 255 on defended the 3 last year, and we got to get better than that, and we're just not out there tonight. And one of their players was 5 for 7 on the 3. So, and then a team that shot 20% against Radford on the 3. I think it was 4 for 20, and they shoot 50% on the 3 tonight. So you and I might make some threes if nobody's out there guarding us. Your squat shot's pretty good.
I appreciate that. That might be the most backhanded compliment I've gotten.
Oh, yeah.
We used to play some ball together, some lunchtime basketball. It's been a long time ago, but back in the Roger Hodge days and the Jim Wagner days, for those that follow Liberty Athletics, was the shot clock operator for he was the PA announcer for the longest time. That's right. He did the PA for men's basketball, women's basketball. Yeah.
And Scott Phillips,
tennis coach, former tennis coach. Yeah.
I'd rather refer to that league as the NBA instead of lunchtime. We're skipping lunch, and I call it noontime association basketball. Okay, so let's move on. All right,
more like the turnover association, if I remember right, from back in those days. But that's a good transition. Turnovers, that's something that Duke does a lot of, and it seemed like when you talk about runs in a game, usually it's always points, but you kind of talked about that there was a rebounding run that gave Duke an advantage. There was kind of a turnover run, too. A lot of turnovers in the first quarter you got behind. You kind of were able to get your own and force some turnovers yourself during that run to get back in the game in the second quarter, and then the second half went Duke's way.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really lopsided, but we can clearly and we should address issues. And the issues that we need to look at was 22 turnovers turned into 31 points. And those points in the paint when they outscored us in the paint by 12. And a lot of them was their offensive rebounding as well.
Not a lot of time before another very good team. Cal Baptist comes in, a team with 20-plus wins. I think probably the best team in the WAC. They proved that last year. They're probably going to be the best team in the WAC again this year. Not that we want to break down Cal Baptist. We'll have a chance to do that on Saturday. But just talk about the quick turnaround between playing this Duke squad and another good team on Saturday.
Yeah, we don't have enough time to talk a lot about the Duke game. And, in fact, tomorrow the Scout, it's a rarity. We're not going to look back. We'll talk about it. There's too much. And maybe early next week after both of these games, we can't dwell on it. We need to just think different because we're playing a different team. And each game has been a little bit different. And we just got to start thinking Cal Baptist tomorrow, period. I mean, it's like we can't afford to look at this game very long. And, we played a good team. And we played with them for one half, even though there was two bad quarters. And it's first quarter and third quarters for us. And you take away those two quarters. Let's see, we win by 12 one quarter. We lose by 2 a second quarter, and the other 2 was decisive in favor of them. So, got to move on.
Well, hopefully we can get some of this crowd or all of this crowd to come back out on Saturday night.
Yeah, let me say this. This meet was probably the very best crowd we had the entire Liberty Arena history for us. Yep. And they were very vocal. Man, we hit shots and they were loud. They really were giving us extra energy, and we certainly appreciate those that came out tonight, Liberty Nation, and we hope to see them the whole season, and especially Saturday night at 7 o'clock. If they can get back out and see if we can turn this thing around.
Sounds good, Coach. We appreciate your time. We'll see you on Saturday.
Okay, thank you.
That's head coach Kerry Green as the Lady Flames fall here against Duke. Again, the final score 83-67. And as Coach Green said, make your plans now to come out on Saturday night, watch the Cal Baptist game. Don't forget, Liberty football plays on 1 o'clock, noon local, 1 o'clock here on, I say local, they're playing at Middle Tennessee State in Murfreesboro. So noon there, 1 o'clock here. You'll have plenty of time to go get some pizza, some wings, watch that game, then drive over and catch some women's basketball here at Liberty Arena. A lot going on around the campus and around the athletic department. And so if you want to follow along with us here or see what the next event is that you can come out to, go to libertyflames.com. All our games are broadcast on libertyflames.com as well as the app and also on Facebook Live and YouTube. So we appreciate everyone who watched, listened, however you take in your entertainment, however you take in the broadcast. We certainly appreciate that. And until we talk again on Saturday, this is Jamie Hall, thanking Trey back in the studio as well, and you for listening here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Till we talk on Saturday. So long, and God bless.
You're listening to Liberty Basketball and the Lady Flames Tip-Off Show from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Our pregame coverage continues with the thoughts of head coach Kerry Green, presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic. You've been listening to the Coca-Cola Postgame Locker Room Report and Liberty Lady Flames Basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This game has been brought to you in part by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and hearth. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. Carter Bank and Trust, member FDIC. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. 11 West, First Bank and Trust, the bank that puts you first. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Frank Good Builders. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Gentry Lock Attorneys. The Good Feet Store. By Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg. Liberty Basketball has also been brought to you by Ironclad Coffee Roasters, the finest hand-picked specialty coffees from around the world, craft roasted in Richmond, Virginia. Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. Expect the best service, prices, and care. Carl Miller Realty. Caring, competent, trusted advisors. The Liberty Bookstore, the official online store of Liberty Athletics. Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Peary Family Dentistry. Century Exteriors. Providing roofing, gutters, windows, and home remodeling. More information is available at centuryexteriors.com. Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. And by Thompson Brooks Insurance. Planning today for tomorrow. The general manager of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment is Justin Metzger. The Liberty Flames Sports Network director is Alan York. Coordinating producers Nick Pierce, Kyle Sykes, and Sarah Stinson. I'm staff announcer Jeff Lawrence with a special thanks to Liberty University Athletics Director Ian McCaw and Associate Director of Athletics Communications Paul Carmody. Liberty Flames Basketball is an exclusive presentation from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.